back? We might be back, guys. Let us know if you can't see us. Although, how would you know to let us know? Okay, sorry, we had a little technical difficulties, but we are back now. We are on another episode of Insomniac Live. I'm your host, Corey Hoover, and with me today is Chris Sosnowski, a tester, and Trever Stevens, a senior tester. And they're both pretty excellent at Rocket League, which is the game we're playing today. And we're going to see how many online games they can win.
One so far. You count while we're offline.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing great, and then we had to turn off the camera.
We were winning so hard.
Yeah, but promise you, we were doing
off
great.
camera is awesome.
Yeah,
you know.
There's too much pressure with the audience, you know. Remaster Resistance, try to just refresh or wait a second. I believe we are back now.
We're doing good at communicating here.
Oh,
did they? No, that's like.
So I have a hard enough time just getting my bearings with this game. You know, getting over to, like, anytime I finally get over to the ball and I want to hit it, someone just knocks me away or blows me up.
That's definitely a bigger problem with a 3v3 or 4v4.
Okay.
There's so many people on the field, you just end up running into each other.
So you're doing 2v2 right now?
Yeah, we're 2v2.
Okay.
Which is my preferred game mode.
It's kind of like a cleaner game style. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
yeah.
Good follow-up.
I just like to fly into the goal.
That's what I do.
Even if I'm not gonna hit the ball, just
Bam.
we're back. Yeah.
Ooh, hi, sheep from Poland.
Sheep can type.
They mashed the keyboard with their hooves. No typos though. Well, no, there was kind of
Pretty talented.
It's like they're really a sheep who's like, and you're back.
I'll go for the shot.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is basically a football, but you play with little fire-bending cars. Yeah. So the idea, because in Poland football is soccer. Yes. Okay, I see. Yes.
Of course.
Yes. The real football. Yeah. So it's like that. You drive around in little cars. You get boosts. If you're not familiar with this game, there's little orange spots on the ground that give you some boost energy, and you can get up to 100. And you use that to go faster, and then you can jump, and you can double jump, you can barrel roll, and side flip, and stuff like that.
See if I can recover it.
And yeah, you're trying to hit the ball into the goal. And you can drive up the walls, you can crash into the other car and blow them up. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, overall, I think this is one of my favorite games because the gameplay is so simplistic. Use a
Yeah.
car to push the ball in the goal, but at the higher level, it can be really hard and be really challenging.
Like you can.
I've seen much more talented people than me play this on YouTube and in their own Twitch streams.
So it's easy to learn, hard to master.
Yeah.
Yeah, the like higher level players, like there's a move you can go jump into the air and angle yourself and use your turbo to just literally fly laterally across the stage.
Nice.
And
Kind of like Iron Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Surprised there's not an Iron Man car for it. Get on it, Psionics.
Oh, they're saying that their football is the real football, and ours, American football, should be called hand egg.
Hand egg.
I don't disagree with that. I'd be okay with hand egg. Sports ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, I don't really follow a lot of sports. I like watching, but I would much rather play than watch.
Yeah, I think when you analyze it, American football is kind of goofy compared to, it's like cricket or something where it just doesn't make sense. We're used to it here because we grew up with it and stuff, but it doesn't really make sense the way that, you know, international football does.
Just like cricket doesn't make sense.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so many strange rules and names for things. Wicket. I always think of that guy from Star Wars.
Yeah, somebody said we should enter for the Rocket League Championship Series. I'm not quite sure we'd qualify for that level of play, but I do enjoy playing.
Better than me, at least. So we're playing against some online kids right now, right? So
yeah.
Do you ever spam them with the like, nice shot, nice shot, nice shot?
No.
When they mess up?
I usually go for a bit more sarcasm.
Okay.
Usually, what a save when I'm the one who missed the ball and let it go in. A little self-deprecating humor is a little easier to deal with.
I think about as far as I get.
And I went over it.
Defending.
So you guys like sports games in general? Playing on on video game versions of them, or
actually
just
no.
This one's
this
kind
is the only sports game I play. I don't play any of the FIFA or any of the other games, but I will play Rocket League for hours.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't played too many of the more modern sports games. They're so technical now. I mean, I played Madden against my little cousin. He's like 13. He schooled me. He just put me to shame. I felt like a little baby. I was crying in the corner. But when I was younger, when I was his age, I was playing like there's NFL Quarterback Club on N64 and Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey and stuff like that. And like I played those even though I didn't really understand hockey that well or anything. They were really fun. But
the last hockey game I played was with my brother actually, and it was back when you could just make your own team and give it its own stats. Oh. So we made an entire team of like all 99 stat players.
Yeah, of course.
And just named them after our family members. And wouldn't you know it, we won. That was like 96 or something.
Nice. I know for a while there was a Sega hockey game that was regarded as like one of the best sports games ever made, and it was featured in the movie
Mallrats.
Oh, might have. Yeah, I was thinking of the one with Jon Favreau and where he's like, "You're so money."
Swingers.
Yeah, Swingers. Yeah. There you go.
Check it out. It'll make him bleed from the head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see.
Should jump soon.
Do you guys ever get games going with people watching the stream? We could. I mean, I don't know. We haven't really thought about that yet. But
I mean, if you want to get embarrassed live.
We're playing on James's account as Jay Stevenson, so go ahead and spam him with game requests.
Yeah, tell him he also needs to unlock the Takumi car for me.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
He's never really played this before.
He gets the Takumi as the guest, he gets it, and I'm sitting here with this whole car. Zippy or something.
Nope.
I have the Beast Blood says, sports games make no sense to me. Why play FIFA when you can play real football? I mean, that's how I feel about GTA.
I like to steal cars. Yeah. Why do it for pretend when I can just go steal a real car?
I want to,
I understand that. Something that really relates to me.
Or, what's funny? So, I had a friend who he hadn't really played GTA games before. He came over right when I got GTA 5. And we were just starting out, so we didn't have much money or anything. And so he did a taxi mission, and he just did it all diligently without crashing into people or getting any stars or anything. And he got the money from the taxi mission. He was like, "All right, I got some money." And he did another taxi mission, and he was just basically playing the game as a taxi driver.
And so he just had a job.
Yeah, that's what. And he just kept playing it like that. And I was like, you could just go do some real life, and then you get all the benefits. Plus, you actually have real money in your pocket.
I've heard there are people on GTA Online that basically role play as the police. Go
around policing everybody?
Yes. Chase people down when they commit crimes.
Amazing Spider-Man said, "Nice shot." That was probably when you
missed it
or something. Or maybe I don't know.
Maybe it's sarcasm. I can't tell.
Yeah. So it's hard to pick up sarcasm through text because isn't communication something like, I forget the stats, 15% the written word, and all the rest is the inflection and the delivery of it and the hand gestures and the eye movements and all that. And
I'm pretty sure it's 16%.
16. See, I knew that you were being sarcastic because of that 84%.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, there you go. It's always fun to do stuff like that on GTA. We're actually remastering Resistance inside the GTA engine right now. It's a mod called Remaster Resistance. Not really. Just kidding. This guy, for you guys, you don't know, he's always showing up being like, "Hey, I have this question about some other game. By the way, I'm going to segue it into, have you remastered Resistance yet? Are you working on it?" Sorry, not yet. But it's always fun to jaw about that anyway. Maybe someday.
No.
Did they score?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they scored.
Oh, I should also mention, so on Wednesday, this was news to you since apparently you are big into spicy food.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, we're going to have a hot wings challenge with Howlin' Ray's is the local place that serves up really good Tennessee-style chicken. And they have a range where it's no spice, mild, medium, hot, really, really hot, deadly hot. And our guy Eugene here, who has won our chili contest at work before, so he's the spice master. like in Dune or something. He tried the spice level that was like 2 levels below the highest one that Howlin' Rays offers, and he was crying and sweating and he couldn't finish it, and he like barreled over. And so our contest is going to be 2 levels up from that, and that's on Wednesday. We're going to stream it Wednesday at 2 Pacific. So tune in, watch us suffer. But Trevor, we should get you on that too, because apparently you have a what do you have at your desk?
I keep some ghost pepper sauce at my desk.
Okay.
This is spice up your sandwich or something.
Okay.
Don't like to pour it on, but good little sweat is not so bad.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're not doing it at 2 p.m. I think we're doing it at noon. Sorry about that. We usually stream at 2, but by then the chicken would get soggy, I guess. Cause
somebody wanted to get their lunch out of the way at the
James
same
has
time.
to pick it up in the morning to avoid the rush, so we're going to stream that at noon. All right, so I retract what I said before. I also retract everything I said about remastering Resistance.
The accuracy was just gone.
Corey, just wink at the camera if you will. See, I'm gonna do one of those like you know when you're watching a football game and then they're talking about the play to do this so that no one can see what they're doing. So maybe I winked, maybe I didn't. You won't know.
I wasn't paying attention. There's a kickoff.
Oh boy, the hot wing contest will be on my B-day. Ah, well, happy soon-to-be birthday to you, Amazing Spider-Man. Better write down your last will before eating then. Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Oh, we lost our connection. That's cool.
Oh. It's like, man, this doesn't look great. Okay.
Huh.
You score all the goals.
Can you...
Scoring all the goals. Just can you keep it in there? Oh, we'll get kicked from the game eventually.
Okay, we'll get kicked from the game.
I'll take my turbo.
I used to have this problem when I was growing up. I had 28K modem and I tried to play Counter-Strike all the time with like 500 ping, and I'd get the AWP and just snipe people, and like so they all thought I was wall hacking, but no, I was just 500 ping. I was that jerk.
Back when I had the original Xbox, I played a lot of Halo 1 with my friends and LAN parties, but you could actually take it online at this website called XP Connect. And so it had the worst, you know, not all the packets went through, and so the integrity of the line wasn't that great, but you could play Halo 1 like on your Xbox online. It was, you know, like before Xbox Live was, you know, a huge thing.
That's funny.
It was a lot of fun, but you had to be prepared to have severe lag in every game. But, you know, it was a great way to play. Yeah,
Halo 1, I don't know how, like, if there's a pie chart of my life with all the activities, you could see the slice for Halo, you know, because it's a big slice.
That's been taken over by Rocket League for me. I play a lot of Rocket League now.
Go-to game now. I don't have one go-to game anymore. I kind of just like to do a little variety here and there.
Services failed.
Huh.
Having some online problems today.
That could be Xbox's fault.
Well...
Here, hit X on it.
Are you? Is it because?
It's telling me I'm guessed again.
Okay, try it. Can you have?
Yeah,
Chris, can you do it?
Nope. I control nothing.
Hit the Xbox one. Does it give you control?
Yeah.
So you can control the game.
Nope. I got nothing.
Not online again.
Try. Why don't you guys try it?
Say
mono y mono.
Sure.
Try a deathmatch. We'll get back into online in a bit.
You don't need to know bots. We're gonna just do a regular game. Soccer.
Soccer. Get it. I understood that reference.
Oh.
Ooh, it's like a Tron level.
This is the Octagon.
Ooh.
Wait, am I not?
You can just hit auto.
Oh. Oh boy.
Time to school you.
So in this game with the 3, 2, 1 countdown, there's no like if you rev up too fast you know
there's no like timing, but there is a little bit of timing there in terms of like how quickly you go after it.
Yeah.
If you get some of the boosts on the way.
Right.
And if you use the flip, you can get more speed out of it, so you can beat somebody to the punch using the flip.
Okay.
However, that is not my strategy.
You don't care about those points for first touch. It's only 5 measly points anyway.
Yeah, it's not worth just trying to get the ball. You don't want to just hit the ball just to hit it. Like, you want to be hitting it for a reason.
Right.
Who?
That was my dad's policy with me. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I messed it up.
Oh. I think you got it.
No.
Wow. That's such a good save. See, if I tried to do that, I would just hit it into my own goal or, you know, miss terribly. It's kind of like tennis where just hitting it where you want to is like a whole skill in itself. Once you get to that level, you can play the game, but until then, you're just kind of... Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I fucking...
Who is blue and who is orange? I don't even know who is.
I'm blue.
You're blue? Okay.
I'm blue.
You're my boy, Blue.
Sounds right.
Team Blue!
I guess we can try going back online after a couple minutes just to see if it was some weird thing going on. I don't know. We did a test last week, and James was playing online for like half an hour, and it was fine, so I don't know.
Oops.
Maybe he's at home no, wait, he's not at home trying to play Xbox right now. I don't know what's
That would
going
be
on. He's
hilarious.
traveling.
Can we play some bets on this thing? What do we got?
Yeah, chat.
What are the boards got?
What's the Twitch policy on betting on games using Twitch as a gambling platform? I'm gonna guess that
It's
they don't
legal,
like
right?
it. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a phone call to Vegas real quick.
Oh.
Oh,
Do it again.
Trevor is quite adept at this game.
I play often.
Ooh, I have the Beast Blood says it's illegal and it's a permaban.
Oh, from Twitch.
All right, do not bet on this game. You hear me? Is there fan rewards? No fan rewards.
First one to loose.
Has to eat the first hot wing.
Strip Rocket League.
Play Strip Rocket League?
Definitely
No, sorry.
Definitely gets you banned.
I
We
think
can
that's
strip the
also a
cars.
permaban from Twitch. They have all these weird rules. I was kind of looking into them because we're getting into our, you know, just developing the stream more, and they're like, you can't show feet. Don't show feet. And I was like, man, they have to call that out?
You
Jeez.
serious?
Yeah.
Like
They're
bare feet, you mean?
Yeah, bare feet. Yeah.
So my shoes are fine.
One of those things.
Well,
like,
you want to tempt the mods? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, buddy? But yeah, I got a shoe on, so hopefully it's fine.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
Someone's gonna, like, you know, turn that new little clip, and then my career's over now. Ted walks in, he's like, yeah, you're gone.
His feet. Get him out of here.
Too much foot.
What games are you guys most looking forward to next year, excluding Spider-Man and Resistance 4? Well, yeah, obviously excluding those two.
Oh no.
Well, you know, there's a lot of great games coming out next year. Red Dead,
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, right.
the first of them.
The Last of Us. I am definitely looking forward. I mean, not necessarily next year because we know fuck all about it so far. But Metroid Prime 4, which
Ooh.
if
Oh,
anyone
yeah.
can see my tattoo,
Look at that.
through
Big
the
That
screen,
is
Metroid fan
sweet.
right
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's not a surprise.
Yeah, tell you're a fan. It blew my mind when I found out Samus was a girl, but then I was okay with it. Because I just thought of the robot form, you know, like the suit, and I didn't even realize there was someone underneath it. I
Trying
thought
to
it was
subvert
like
your
cyborg.
expectations. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, because I mean, when I first played the game, I was like a little kid, and I just thought it was like not Spider-Man, Terminator or RoboCop or something, you know?
Yeah.
Because the graphics back then, you base off the box art, and then you look at the little pixels and kind of imagine them like the way the box art is. But then once the fidelity came together and everything, and then like I think it was in Smash Brothers when there's the dual form.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Zero suit.
And yeah, and then I was like, oh, there's a girl in the suit all along. Interesting. It's kind of like in Lord of the Rings when she like pulls off the helmet, she, you know, stabs that guy. In the face.
no man.
Yeah. And when I saw that in the theater, like some lady stood up in the crowd and was like, "You go, girl!" like really loud, and it just totally blew the suspension of disbelief that it was like a medieval fantasy setting. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in a movie theater," but it was pretty funny though.
Yeah.
Wow, you punted that thing, dude.
That's how we do.
Imagine if they saw guts or some shit. Wait,
what to say?
What
to say?
Oh, you mean the mods? Is that what you're talking about? Like the Twitch mods?
No, the feet fetish. Where are you?
Get with the time.
Yeah, like if Who saw Guts, like.
Yeah. Where are these guts coming from?
Did you guys ever watch that show Guts on Nickelodeon?
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to watch a lot of old Nickelodeon shows that just they're no good. You know, I want to be able to attack the crowd. Can't do that anymore.
I remember there was like some kid who failed so miserably at all the events. You know, like they put him on the little harness and he's supposed to swing around and stuff, and he just kind of like sat there, and then he did the obstacle course, and like all the other kids did it, and he failed miserably. No wait, it wasn't on that Crag. It wasn't on that show. It was on the Hidden Temple show.
Oh yeah,
Legends
of the Hidden
And
Temple.
then he did like a Vice article, like interview about it or something, because like it went viral because everyone was like, look how bad this kid sucks at all the events in Legends of the Hidden Temple, and then he had to explain how it was like rigged and they don't explain the rules to you or something, and it was, you kind of felt bad for him because there's like the video that's the only side of it you see,
Right.
but apparently the game doesn't make any sense and you're kind of set up for failure, and the people that are like controlling the harness, like the guys off to the side, they can like not attach it right or just yank it at the wrong moment, like throw off all your natural momentum and rhythm when you're trying to do the thing. So anyway,
Just trolling.
I actually a few months back I tried out for a TV show.
What show?
I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to say, so I won't.
Oh.
I didn't get on.
Oh, okay.
But I'm one of the people that they ended up, like, I went through like a 2-interview process, and then I got there for the day of filming, and they brought in 20 people but only needed 16, and I was one of the 4 that cut. But the funny thing is, if you came in last place on the show, you got no money whatsoever. And I got sent away with like $75 for like travel expenses. And
well, there you go.
And so basically, I'm better off than a quarter of the people that stayed behind.
Yeah.
So even though I got sent away, I did get sent away. And in some cases, the amount of money you could win was so small, I was even doing better than the 3rd place person.
There you go.
But
yeah, well, cool experience anyway.
it was actually. And they really wanted crazy people. Like, they were looking for people to get wrong answers and just to argue about it.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty funny. Stream shut off again.
Yeah, for real? Justin, are we online?
No.
What is a computer? Guys, are we on? Chat, you see us? Is it just Code of Comics?
I don't know if it's just him or not. Well, to answer his question, I've been playing since it came out.
Been playing it since it was free on PS Plus. Since my cousin said, "Have you heard of Rocket League?"
Some
You
other
should
people
play
can
it.
see us.
Yeah.
Code of Comics, I suggest you hit refresh.
Yeah, I picked up this game basically as soon as it came out. It was free on PS Plus, and I loved it, so I just continued playing it. I bought almost all the DLC, and then they started coming out with the crates, and I'm not about spending money on keys and whatnot. I'll just rather buy something outright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I bought the first DLC, like Fury, whatever it was, Fury with those 2 cars, simply because I was like, I got this game for free and I really like it. I feel like they deserve some money.
I bought the
So
Back
I'll
to the
buy this.
Future and Batman cars. Like I supported them for their first several DLC, but the crate stuff, I don't care to try to play games trying to get stuff. I just want to
Know what you're gonna get.
I just want to buy it and get it if I'm gonna spend real money on it. That's my take.
Why don't we try going back online again and see if we have any luck there?
Well,
Oh, I guess,
Yeah,
well,
this game.
the match is almost over, but whatever. I think we know who's going to win this one.
it's a close
pretty
one. I
close,
think he
yeah.
is gonna make a comeback.
I'm just luring you into a false sense of
Will
confidence.
Spider-Man have loot crates? Well, you know, I'm the guest host. James is the real host, but even he would not answer that because we don't really, unless we're going to have a Spider-Man specific stream, we're not really at liberty to talk about Spider-Man stuff because, you know, it's still all in the process and all that, and we don't want to spoil anything too early. And also, we don't want to just like say something that you have to watch a Rocket League stream that went offline in order to get the information. We want people to be able to easily access the Spider-Man information when we're ready to say it. So you know.
This is not.
Okay, so Jay
the
Stevenson.
I'm trying restarting.
The console?
Just the game.
Oh, just the game. Okay. Yeah. Try doing that.
This is an Xbox Live issue.
All right, bear with us for a second, guys. I'm surprised there haven't been any Fury Road cars yet in the game.
There's some kind of Mad Max looking ones.
Yeah, there
What
are.
are the DLC packs? Not like official Mad Max Fury Road cars, but definitely some post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, they did have
shenanigans going
sort
on
of a
there.
post-apocalyptic theme for that one, but I guess it felt like they had some sort of deal going. They were gonna do something with the movie, and then they didn't. So I was like, we just
change the
have
name.
post-apocalyptic stuff.
That movie was so good.
Yes.
I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
I liked how in the trailer you couldn't tell that what's her name had one arm.
Oh yeah.
Charlize
Charlize
Theron. They only used shots from the side because they had that shot where she's like, you know, having an emotional breakdown, and she's like on her knees in the sand, but it's from the side, and so her broken arm is like not facing the camera, and you had no idea. And then you watch the movie, and you're like, it seems so obvious, but I had no idea watching the trailer, so it's really good. I hate when a trailer gives away too much.
Yeah.
Oh, so this okay.
Yeah, this is a continuing problem. I don't know if you want to restart the console itself, but
Do you think there's a chance that would fix it?
sure.
All right. Justin, just go full screen for a second. We're gonna try restarting the console. Can you do the software through the controller?
Yeah.
Sorry guys, we're having some trouble authenticating the account. This is a good time for us to answer questions for you guys. Maybe without getting into details about Spider-Man, you could talk a little about like the process of what you guys do.
Yeah, basically, I mean, on a day-to-day process, you are coming in and you sit down with, control in your hand. You're going through aspects of the game, make sure everything works. And then, some days are tougher than others because you're being in production process. Some parts of the game look very close to complete. The stuff that we usually end up showing off at shows, is going to look very complete. Whereas there are other parts of the game that are still in a rough shape, and that can sometimes mean gameplay, it can sometimes mean, there's crashing going on. But, you're going through the systems to find the issues and slowly knock them out one by one so the game just gets more and more stable. And, it's a months and months, years-long process, technically. But,
right.
The day-to-day of just going in and finding bugs in the games, it's still, like, really fun to play at this point, even though we're ways away from releasing. So, I get to enjoy it while I'm also analyzing it and inspecting it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I like to summarize it as like I basically spend all my time going through stuff and then going to people and going, hey, you missed a spot. You missed a spot.
Yeah, that is a tough aspect of QA as a part of any company. Is your job is to go around and tell everybody how they messed up at their job. So there's a certain amount of finesse to talking to people about these things.
Yeah.
And, realizing everyone's trying to make the game better.
It's not that you suck. It's just that
the thing you made sucks.
This sucks. You gotta fix it, man. I mean, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. Don't shoot the messenger, but yeah.
It can. So it's definitely sometimes people see you coming to the desk and it's like, oh shit, what did I do now?
We're like Wreck-It Ralph. My job is to break it. It's just that's what I do.
Many a times people claim it works now. I fixed it. We'll see about that.
I bet I can break it again.
Yeah. I don't think they have any questions for us. So.
No, chat went silent. They're like,
He killed it.
all right, guys. If you're not playing online, then oh no, Spider-Man is buggy. Feels bad, man. Don't worry, it'll be fine when it comes out.
Alright, let's see. Oh, I should probably join.
All right, we're getting back into it here.
If it doesn't work again, we'll just sign up the guest and we'll try one at a time.
It should be on 720 still. When it restarted, the TV said 720.
All right.
Yeah.
Here, sign up.
Hey, Gravy Biscuits.
Back out.
I don't remember how.
Oh, Silent Tremor said, so when you're all streaming Disruptor. You know, we don't have it scheduled right now. We definitely want to do it. We're gonna get Ted on the stream. That will most likely be early next year, though. We only have a couple streams left.
Okay.
We're doing the Spicy Wing Challenge Wednesday at noon, and then Friday we're having a stream, and Monday and Tuesday a stream, and then we go on holiday break. So then you just have to watch our old streams to hold you over, or somebody else's streams. You shouldn't watch someone else's streams though. Why would you do that? You should have
excited for
loyalty, man.
Definitely. Sorry.
Ooh, here's a good question. What do you like on your pizza? I will open that up to Chris first.
Pineapple. Definitely pineapple.
Controversial choice.
Sorry, had to cut the stream now.
No, I'm all about meat. Pepperoni, sausage, any kind of meat you throw on there. Bacon, throw some steak on there. Whatever.
My preferences are not pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love pineapple as a fruit, separate from pizza though. But I like it. I'm actually really comfortable with just cheese pizza, but I do like having pepperoni. Usually a couple vegetables are good, and I will try pizza with just about any type of cheese on it.
Yeah. My favorite is the mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Gianna De Laurentiis always says that on the cooking show. Like, she's just, she's like, okay, so we're going to add in a little flour and, a little bit of parsley here and then some mozzarella.
Little buffalo mozzarella.
Like, whoa, why'd you say that word all weird? Why don't you just...
Oh, whoops.
Anyway.
A nice shot. Come on, teammate. No.
Do you guys have any books to recommend before playing Spider-Man PS4? Any comic titles to read up on? Oh, jeez. That is a good question. I don't know the answer to that, but I bet somebody here does. Although I will say that this is its own unique thing that we're making in partnership with Marvel, so, it's not like based on Homecoming or anything like that. So it's kind of standalone, I think. Like, there's obviously stuff in it from the Spider-Man universe, but you can just pick up and play the game and, like, you'll get it. It's not like all this esoteric backstory stuff that you won't have any idea.
I think there's definitely going to be enough stuff that, nice little hidden things for people, but yeah, it stands by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Although I always recommend that people read Invincible. It's got nothing to do with Spider-Man. It's just an excellent comic.
Wait, which one is that?
Invincible.
Invincible.
It's just a good comic.
Nice.
Yep. Robert Kirkman, dude that does Walking Dead.
Oh, cool.
Excellent superhero comic.
Gravy Biscuits is asking if you have any pointers to get better at aerial shots.
Don't hesitate from trying them, for one. Even if it does, you not think you're going to get it. One thing a lot of people do wrong is they don't jump soon enough. Because you have a lot of forward momentum already. So, you need to jump soon. If you jump at the ball, it's too late.
Nice. Oh!
Oh, I thought that guy was on your team, too. Just color confusion.
Have Marvel been good to work with? Do they let you do your own thing? Oh, they're great to work with, yeah.
Oh, too soon.
I'd recommend playing Spider-Man 2 on PS2 prior to release. And then he did that face. That's like some Twitch face thing that... I don't know the names of all the memes. I know, like, PogChamp. I don't know that guy, though. Sorry. I need to get better at this stuff. I mean, it's like... That's like the most famous meme on Twitch. And I don't know what it's called, though. It's a little black and white face. There's PogChamp. Oh, it's Kappa. It's the Kappa face. Yeah.
Why didn't I know that?
I'm still kind of getting the hang of all the Twitch lingo. It's kind of its own little world,
Oh, that hurt. Oh, and I just scored on myself. Oh, man. I'm just going to blame my teammate crashing.
So wait, you're losing now? But you were so good. What's going on?
No. I got to blame my teammate. That's what you do in this game.
Oh.
And then you insist on forfeiting, which, by the way, anyone who forfeits in this game, just get out now. forfeiting does not belong in this stuff. I've never seen something so selfish as forfeiting, because it's like, I'm losing. I don't want to waste any more time. I only want to play games where I get to win. You know, like,
yeah.
Forfeiting is such a selfish thing. So I personally hate forfeiting.
Justin, can you move the camera to the left since it's one player right now?
Is that death? Yes, they have different scoring animations now, which was new when I came back to the game.
Yeah, they have different animations for the goal explosions, which is cool. Batman has one that's just, you know, the bat symbol, but
yeah, someone we were, I don't know if it's in the game now, but someone we were playing with earlier had the death flying out animation, which was awesome.
Oh, I messed it up.
I like all the different turbo trails, I guess.
Yeah, they've had the trail stuff for a while, but now they've gotten even more trails just all the time when you're driving if you're going fast enough.
Yeah, there's
all right.
Tie game, keeping it close. That's all it was, just keeping it suspenseful.
Yeah, still got a chance to close this out. Minute 21, you could still score several times in that. I've lost games in the last 2 seconds all the time.
I think my best performing game, I actually scored 8 goals in the last 30 seconds.
Whoa!
And it was just luck after luck, pretty much.
Yeah.
But the fact that it can turn so quickly in this game.
That's what's so great about it. The matches go by really quick, but a lot can happen.
What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? That was horrible.
I don't know about that one.
Y'all can skip now. Could not seem to get past the ball fast enough.
And they're asking if we can draw a picture of James so we can pretend that he's here with us. Yeah, just imagine.
I can't draw, so I would probably be the perfect
He's
candidate.
like Obi-Wan Kenobi right here. Ghost form. Excited for the Game Awards. Oh yeah, you betcha. I'm not personally going to be there, but I think some Insomniacs might be there. We're nominated for most anticipated game, and I think it's still open. I don't know when it closes down, but you can go on Google and do a search for most anticipated game vote and vote for Spider-Man. And yeah, we're very excited for that. We're happy that a lot of people are anticipating the game, and so are we.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely excited for when it comes out so everybody can see this thing.
Yeah.
Yay, scored for me. It's a trade. It's a fair trade.
One for that, one for you, you know.
All right, so now it comes down to those final 30 seconds. So now let's get those
overtime.
8 points that you were talking about here.
Yeah, I'm just going to score 8 points right now.
Hidden Lombacks, thank you very much. We are glad that you're anticipating it and looking forward to releasing it.
My favorite part about games I work on releasing is not having to keep secrets anymore.
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, people ask you questions like, oh, it's great. Let me explain things in very vague terms.
He shoots
I have the Beast Blood says R2-D2 is his favorite droid. Mine's C-3PO, but that's all good.
Oh, I'm a failure.
Hideo Kojima, Guillermo del Toro, and Norman Reedus are going to be at the Game Awards.
Interesting.
Oh, yes! Tied with 2 seconds left.
Yes! That's why this game is so amazing.
I can't believe they all missed it.
Look at this.
I'm actually glad my teammate didn't
Oh my god. Did you read my message wrong on purpose?
Oh, R2-D2 is his
he's saying
Red Dead
Oh, he's
Redemption.
saying R5-D4 is his favorite droid. The red guy that gets blown up in New Hope. But I read on the little card, the playing card for like Star Wars CCG way back in the day, and I had the R5-D4 card, and it said that he intentionally short-circuited so that Uncle Ben would buy R2-D2 instead because he had communicated with R2 and C-3PO and knew their mission and didn't want to separate them, so he purposely self-destructed.
Nice.
It was a very heroic act, and I can understand why he would be your favorite droid for that heroism.
Look at that, down by 2, win by 1.
Yeah, beautiful.
Is that exactly is why you never give up?
I'll stop trolling now. I see your question was Red Dead. Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about Red Dead also. It looks awesome.
I really love the cheating at poker thing that you could do in that game.
Yeah.
I thought it was really fun because I like playing poker in real life, but playing the cheating version in that game. In the very first one, it was so simplistic.
Right.
It was too easy to cheat. And then in the next one, it was kind of fun. There was a little bit of play to it. I'm really hoping they up it and make it a really nice side game.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, when I go back and think about all the little side stuff you can do in Red Dead, it's such a fun sandbox. You know, like even if you're not doing the missions. And even if you're not doing the side quests, but just the little mini games, or even
just around.
I'm gonna spend 2 hours robbing a train or something, you know,
Yeah.
and like,
you know, I was really hoping that was gonna be one of the multiplayer things that they were gonna do. Was just, you know, you had to run up along a train, get on it, and rob it as it's going across the country. One of my favorite things was to go down to the Pseudo Mexico area, and there's, you know, that fort you could get into had all these cannons, and you could defend it. From all the cavalry coming in. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. Well, this one looks a lot like Mad Max.
Post-apocalyptic stadium.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the Thunderdome, actually.
It basically is the Thunderdome. Every time you score, they have these big, those things. Dude, this is the wasteland.
I thought they were very cavalier with their use of gasoline in the wasteland.
Yeah.
I think, they definitely don't seem to have any problems finding it. Maybe they found a Soylent gasoline. Made of people! Oh, that's a good goal right there.
Seems like the barrier for entry on this game is, oh, it's even, the sign says wasteland. Anyway, yeah, it seems like, because we're playing on James's account, so he hasn't like leveled up a lot or anything, or ranked up a lot, so, but you're still playing against people that is very challenging, even though you're good at it.
Well, we're playing in ranked, but you have to play qualifying games first, and so with each game, it's basing your skill rating, so it's definitely going to fluctuate a lot if you have different people playing in the same account. I think I'm Plat 2 at home on my normal account.
What are all the levels you can get?
I think bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and then there's like a purple thing, a blue thing. They start like losing real names after that.
So it's like karate belts. There's like a purple one in there somewhere.
Basically.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
It's like kind of high up. Yeah. Anyone in the chat? Are you guys high up on the belts in martial art? That'd be pretty cool if anyone here is like.
I used to do a lot of martial arts when I was a kid. Never stuck with any one thing long enough to go too far, though.
I got green belt in Taekwondo, which is not far at all.
The only thing I think I did consistently all my life would be soccer.
You ever played soccer with the guys here at Insomniac?
I haven't had an opportunity yet. We actually, our lunch times are slightly offset from one another, so I would like to get playing with the guys here.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, they go out a couple times a week, I think. I haven't played with them before, but there's like a big group. Because they're not all Insomniac. Some of them, they just come from the area around here. But
Alba says bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, champion, grand champion.
Ooh.
So I'm in the middle of the pack, apparently. But I think a majority of players are in the gold to platinum range.
Okay.
A lot of the players, a lot of people on my friends list are usually somewhere in the gold to platinum range. I have a few people who are way up in the champion, grand champion stuff.
Sounds like this.
And I whenever I play with them, it's like, I'm out of my league.
Soccer is such a stupid name, no? Well, we're not the one that named it. But, I don't know. I think basketball's a good name.
Oh, football's not a very good name. It's not like the ball's made of feet.
I know. And you don't, you kick it like a tiny bit at a time. Most of the time you throw it.
So in Europe, is anybody in Europe who has Rocket League, do they call it soccer in that version? Or do they call it carball? Because in here it says soccer, right? In the name. I'm just saying. It's like the difference between the letter Z and Z.
There you go. Yeah.
I just drove around watching.
And even 0 is Z, right? In England. Oh, it's aught?
Well, I mean,
when they say
talking. When you're talking about somebody who was born in the 2000s and the 00s, it's
Yeah.
In 1900 they called it the audiats.
Yeah.
Little history right there for you that nobody wanted.
What are you guys more excited for? Spider-Man, PS4, Avengers, Infinity War, or Star Wars: The Last Jedi? Well, those are from different categories, so it's kind of hard to compare apples and
oranges. Well, the last two are at least movies. So between those two, I'm actually more excited about Infinity War. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I'm not as big of a fan, I guess. The Force Awakens was just the entire original trilogy redone again in one movie.
Yeah.
And it, I mean, really, just a third Death Star? That's what you got?
It's bigger, though.
No, this one's bigger. That's the best you could do. You had like 20 years to make a film, and the best you could do was come up with a bigger Death Star. F you! Like, I don't have time for that. I want to watch. You could make any story you wanted, and you can make it similar still. You can still make it destroy planets, but it's just a round, planet-destroying laser.
Could have at least made it
and
square.
you just did it for the third
I
time.
think we're kindred spirits here. Now, if James were here, he would defend the film adamantly.
I
roll
want
over
to see
on
so
it.
much, but I can't be bothered with, if they're not going to put in the effort, why should I?
I just think, like, you can't go from Darth Vader to Darth Maul to Darth Crybaby. Like, I'm not gonna do it. Like, you gotta have a cool villain.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, he throws temper tantrums.
Yeah. That's what a child does, It's not what a cool villain
Well,
does.
it follows Anakin from the new movies where, he just whined like a little child as well.
Yeah, but there was still, like, a legit bad guy above him the whole time to kind of balance it out, But with this one, it's like, there's Snooky or whatever.
Snooker, I don't know.
Yeah.
Billiards boy.
Darth Snooky.
That's even scarier.
I mean, Kylo Ren could become a great character depending on what comes next.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to need 2 movies to make him a good character. He should just have been okay, at least from out the gate. Instead, I don't get any, like, they made a movie on the basis that you had already seen the other Star Wars movie, and on the basis that you're going to see the next one. By itself, The Force Awakens, as much as it had in it, is a completely incomplete, incoherent mess. You don't know the backstory of anybody in the film unless they were in a previous movie, in which you had to see the previous movie to understand it. And you don't understand any of the motivations of the people that are in it, other than, oh, they're rebels. Cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a big Star Wars fan, and I think you can tell that obviously I memorized half this stuff, so it's not like I completely hate all this stuff, but I do want to...
when expectations are set very high, when it's such a beloved franchise, and then the next movie comes out and it's just kind of a little,
Plus, they start advertising the stuff 6 months before it comes out, rather than letting it stand on its own merits.
People love Disney, but they're just money-hungry corporate thugs disguised as child-friendly entertainers. Oof. I mean, that's
a little rough.
Yeah.
Businesses are in business to be a business and, do business.
I mean, Coco is really good, and that's Disney. I just saw Coco. I also like Coco to drink, the beverage. They didn't have anything to do with that, though. But the movie was decent. I mean, they've made a lot of good movies before. I do think that I see the complexity of making a great Star Wars movie nowadays, because there's so many
people to please.
Yeah, so many people to please, so many people involved in the process of it, and the old one was like George Lucas had the stamp, right? He had the red stamp, and people would make stuff, and he would be the ultimate filter. It all funneled down to him, and he just like stamp yes or no. And so when you have the one guy in charge of everything like that for a creative project, and it's his vision, then you can perhaps get great things like Empire Strikes Back. You also get Gungans, so but he was kind of
give and take.
He was kind of losing his touch at that moment. But I mean, dude, the pod race and Darth Maul, that redeems Phantom Menace for me. Oh, a little high.
See, I feel like there's a point there, though, like, for continuing to the next movie, like Empire Strikes Back, my favorite Star Wars movie, but only because I know things turn out okay in Jedi. Like, if I had seen Empire and only seen Empire, the super downer ending would have been too much for me. But because
it was a very downer ending.
Yeah. Because I know that it turns out okay in Jedi, I'm like, yeah, no, totally my favorite movie. Star Wars movie.
Remaster Resistance is saying they're milking Star Wars dry, and then they go around copyright claiming everything to do with their movies. I don't know. I'm not an expert to speak on that about that stuff.
All I know is if they have another Death Star, I'm done. I don't need another Death Star.
What I thought was a really cool idea was in the animated Transformers movie, there was Unicron that was the planet that ate other planets rather than like laser beam blowing them up, and it used the other planets as energy, and then it could transform into a giant transformer also. And I think they might have tried making that in one of the live-action Transformers movie recently, but it's not the same. But that was a cool spin. I think that's, if it wasn't already used in the Transformers movie, that would have been a cool like Death Star, evolution to show in the next movie.
Well, I think there's whenever there's a sequel, you have to go bigger, and so they didn't write themselves in this corner. It was already there when they started the new Star Wars film, but they're like, well, we're already destroying planets. We need to go bigger. All right, what if it can destroy 5 planets?
Probably didn't do something to like.
Dumb Giant is asking, wait, is this Ratchet and Clank? No, this is Rocket League. I know they.
Ratchet and League.
Actually, there are kind of like races and mini games in some of the Ratchet games that sort of look like this a little bit. But yeah, it's Rocket League.
And they scored.
Old Unicron was awesome. I love the old 80s animated Transformers movie. Yeah, that's awesome. That's one of my favorite movies. Everything about it is great.
So many just unexpected elements. Like, I don't. Hopefully this isn't a spoiler for everyone. This kind of old movie, but
it's
Optimus
like 30
dies.
years old. No spoilers.
Optimus dies.
Yeah.
Character swears in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Weird Al song in the middle of it. I don't know.
Yeah. So many great ingredients. Back then, I think so. With that movie, they had Optimus Prime get killed in the first act, and it scarred children so much that then they were making that movie and the cartoon G.I. Joe movie in tandem, and they released Transformers first, and there was so much controversy and complaints from parents about their kids crying in the theater over Optimus dying that they had to rewrite G.I. Joe on the fly after they'd already animated it, because in G.I. Joe the movie, Serpentor takes a snake and throws it through Duke's heart and kills him, and it's very evident that he dies.
Right.
But then they dubbed in a line at the end of the movie, like over the walkie-talkie, where it's like, hey, good news, Duke came out of his coma, he's gonna be fine, and then the credits roll. Because they were like, oh,
that was a rewrite?
Yeah. Because it's too late, they already animated the whole thing.
Right.
And they were gonna release it, but, they had to address the whole thing about Optimus Prime's death, so they just added that in.
I'm doing horrible in this game.
Remaster Resistance is they watched one of those Reykjavik videos about how most game stories are something about saving the world from some evil threat, and not many games go for a more original story. As a company that has made their fair share of games about saving the world, thoughts?
I mean, to be fair, some of them are about saving the whole galaxy. I mean, that's bigger, right? Actually.
Yeah, so I think, there's lots of types of games, like puzzle games and whatever, and or like Journey or something, that it's not about saving the world at all. But also, there are certain types of stories that lend themselves to a very engaging player experience.
Well, I think there's also a production issue between, you want to make an independent film that looks low budget, you can make an independent film for a very small budget. If you want to make a fully fledged operating AAA title, it doesn't matter if it looks low budget or looks huge, it's going to be hard and expensive to make, in Guardians of the Galaxy, they need to spend a bunch of money on their CG effects because none of that's real. I can just buy a real wooden desk if I need to have a wooden desk. So this production cost of making something that feels indie, there's still a huge process to making those simple games. So that complexity, I think, is different. So when you're looking at a movie, you make that big process. It's like, okay, money's the thing that stands in the way, you know, and then beyond that, there's talent, of course. But the process for video games, I think, is really tough for that situation with those scalings.
Yeah, that's true. And when you're making a AAA game, yeah, it can be tough to get a deal made unless it's something that has mainstream appeal. And,
you need to sell enough copies for them to bother making the game.
Yeah.
And if it's a really cool idea, but you're only going to be able to sell it to 5,000 people, they're just not going to put the effort into making it. So you're dealing with games that the concept has to be understandable by so many people. Especially back in the day where localization wasn't a thing. Like Mario, there's pretty much not really any language in it. There's a few text things at the end of the level, but the gameplay has nothing to do with being able to, read instructions or listen to somebody speak. It's get to the end of the level. It's something you can figure out sort of on your own. Nowadays, if you want to do a nuanced game that has to be translated across the world, it's a much bigger process.
Have you guys noticed how in Force Awakens they copied a scene from Ratchet and Clank where Finn and Poe are flying a ship together and Finn gets his name?
I didn't notice that.
Well, Ratchet was very inspired by Star Wars, so,
It's only fair that they rip us off.
Yeah, that's fine. We're happy to have been an influence in that, maybe if we actually were, or if it was just coincidence.
Well, I'm pretty sure Ratchet and Clank is the first of all the original ideas that they ever did. Nobody ever came up with those lines before.
Code of Comics is talking about Transformers some more. They brought Optimus back, but then killed him again. Kids didn't have enough of him dying once. Wow, they killed him again? That's sad. I know they killed Ultra Magnus also, but that guy was a twerp, so it's kind of good riddance. They brought him back like right away, though.
Yeah, I never really followed Transformers, so most of what you guys are talking about is just over my head.
It was cool back around the time of that when the movie came out in '86. I mean, it's been going on and on. There's so many different versions of it. I don't know all of them, but that movie was a cool one. It's very hardcore. Like right off the bat, there's a big battle, and all the ones that were famous from the TV show just get wiped out, like dead, killed dead, and that's it, final. Which is kind of traumatizing for kids, but it's awesome.
That's how you introduce new toys.
Because there's really a lot of stuff at stake.
Not realizing they could have just made movies about the same characters for years, and people would still buy it anyway.
Yeah, I'd still buy the same toy over and over.
I was a huge fan of Beast Wars.
Oh, I remember Beast Wars, yeah. Optimus Primal.
3D Transformers. Which also did a lot of like, this character died, this character was doused in a chemical and looks different now. Here's the new toy. And I bought it.
And I bought it, yeah. And I was always a sucker for Lego. So anytime there was a Lego thing, big sets, I like those.
Yeah, Lego is pretty awesome.
What a save.
Which Spider-Man movies you guys like the most? Raimi trilogy, Amazing Spider-Man, or Homecoming?
I really liked Homecoming.
We disconnected again. Yeah, I liked Homecoming. I think Homecoming's my favorite.
I think for what they were doing at the time, I really liked the Raimi Spider-Mans. Just because, at the time, that was the biggest sort of movie Spider-Man there was. I mean, there had been some Spider-Man stuff before, but, a lot of cheesy 70s stuff and 80s stuff. It just was never really that big. So this was the first time it felt like a big production. So I definitely like him for that. But I think the first one was good, and then the other two were movies.
Yeah, I thought Spider-Man 2 was probably the strongest one. Spider-Man 3, though, that's just, that definitely was a movie that got made.
I'm really interested in seeing a Batman movie that doesn't have his parents' death in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we all know, please stop putting that in the movies. It's a wasted 15 minutes of my time every time.
I don't know how I feel about Ben Affleck as Batman either. I kind of just have too much association of him with other movies he's done to be able to accept him as the character. With Christian Bale, he had been in other stuff, but that was really his gigantic breakout role, you know?
There is definitely a sense of when he plays Bruce Wayne, I'm like, eh. But when he's Batman, I'm very aware that that is Ben Affleck playing Batman. Whereas with Christian Bale, I felt like he was a really good Batman and only so-so at being Bruce Wayne.
That's fine, yeah. I did kind of keep mixing him up with his character in American Psycho, actually, when he was Bruce Wayne, because they're very similar characters, actually.
It's very monotone in a lot of ways. Except for when he pretends to be a rich playboy in one scene where he buys a hotel and then jumps into the fountain with some girls. And then the entire rest of the time, he's just straight-faced.
Ooh.
My favorite thing is how, like in the Iron Man movies and the Batman movies, how he has like his own proprietary gadgets. That it's like, you know, Apple has whatever the 500 or 1,000 top engineers in the planet, all working together on like one product. So how does Iron Man or Batman get multiple devices that are only for him? Like, who makes these things? Just Morgan Freeman by himself?
I was wondering in the Batman versus Superman, it's one thing for him to have those files on all the characters. Who is the graphic artist they had to pay to make you don't just have whenever I go into Windows on my computer, all of my files don't just have specialized custom logos on them. Like, you have to pay somebody to make this stuff. And there's somebody who spent time to design this. There's somebody else out there who knows the information about those people just because they got hired to make those logos. And the background of those things. I was actually Remaster Resistance, you're absolutely right. I was gonna say that. There's no way Marissa Tomei can have Tobey Maguire. Wouldn't put up with it. But yeah, whenever you think of the background stuff of movies, and you do get some weird situations where you're like, who did this thing that somebody else has to know? I don't know if you've ever seen the timeline of the website Cracked. They do some funny things, and the timeline of the movies and whatnot don't make sense for like Seven.
Oh.
And he's like, so the guy had to show up. The guy had mailed supposedly spoilers, the wife's head in a box that morning to him, but then came into the police station covered in blood with his fingerprint ripped off.
Yeah.
So did he go murder people?
Yeah.
Then go get cleaned up and then mail the box and then go have to get all bloody again just to get caught at the police station?
How did he mail the box with all the blood on him and stuff?
Yeah, how did somebody not notice that? Just weird stuff about timelines sometimes just doesn't match up.
Yeah, the little details, I guess. This is gonna be the last match where I just saw we're kind of running towards the end of
trying to give them their money's worth.
Well, it looks like we might win this one. But anyway,
good one to end on.
All right.
Go Archangel.
Maybe it's their second secret identity, graphic designers. Quite possibly.
I feel like Batman's a little busy. Alfred has been taking up graphic design. He does everything else. He does more than Batman, I think.
The real trick is that it's actually Alfred in the suit. He just tells Bruce that he did these things to make him feel better about losing his parents.
We're getting a request to extend the stream because of the technical issues. I wish we could, but
I still have a game to finish.
Yeah, we got to get back to Spider-Man, and just make sure to join us on Wednesday when we have that spicy wing challenge. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna see if we can incorporate Mario Kart into it. We're still working out the logistics, but we might have it be like who can eat the wings and then win the race in Mario Kart. If that's too complicated, it's just gonna be the wings though. So anyway,
make people answer math questions.
Oh god, yeah, just doing any type of thinking at all, thinking and talking, yeah. But so that wing challenge is gonna be 12 o'clock Pacific time Wednesday. Make sure to watch that. All right, we won.
I'm just gonna fly away.
Every graphic designer is a superhero. I am kind of a graphic designer. I guarantee you I'm not really a superhero. Although I did go up to Brian Intihar once and said, hey, could I be Spider-Man? And he was like, no. Okay. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for today.
I do want to say it's my girlfriend's birthday in a couple days.
Oh, give her a shout out.
Happy birthday, Brianna. That's all.
Happy birthday, Brianna. Okay, yeah, so we'll be back on Wednesday. Chris, Trevor, thanks for stopping by. And yeah, sorry we had a technical issue earlier today. Thanks for bearing with us. Don't know what was going on there, just Monday gremlins in the machine. But yeah, so Wednesday, 12 o'clock for the Hot Wing Challenge. It's going to be a good one.